with us.
We found him.
Thank you for coming out, Waldo. Hey, it's a good day today. A lot of people are hearing our message. All these people that didn't know about what's happening to our Fourth Amendment rights now know, whether we'll go home and find out. So thank you all for being here. I myself, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I've done 2 tours in Afghanistan. I've defended our Constitution on the front lines, and now we're here defending it on the home front. No, thank you guys, because this is where it counts. The Constitution, it says, protect us. When I take an oath, it says, defend us from enemies both foreign and domestic. Right now, we respect the domestic enemy. So thank you for coming out. Thank you. And keep spreading the message. People need to find out.
Thank you.
Go to the White House website under the petitions and sign the petition. Hey everybody, this has been really great. I love the spirit that we've had. This has been really awesome. I just wanted to say, see my shirt, if you haven't heard of Bradley Manning, you should sign up. Edward Snowden has said that Bradley Manning was the inspiration to him. He leaked information about war crimes to WikiLeaks, including the infamous collateral murder video. And finally, after 3 years in jail, his trial started about a month ago. And so you can go to bradleymanning.org to find out more, to contribute. And also July 27th is going to be a day of action for Bradley Manning. So yeah, do what you can to educate yourself and find out he's also an American hero like Edward Snowden. Thank you.
Free Bradley Manning! Free Bradley Manning! Free Bradley Manning! Free Bradley Manning! Oh my God.
I just like everybody to be aware that privacy is everybody's concern. The Bill of Rights does not say that if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. The Bill of Rights says you have a right to privacy. Just because you're not doing anything wrong doesn't mean that you don't have to keep everything to yourself.
I hate him.
You have a right to privacy. Fight for your rights.
Fight for your rights.
All right. Walking around out here is great, but what's really important we have to remember is contacting our representatives in Congress, the elected officials that we elected to serve us. Senator Dick Durbin has already come out speaking out against the NSA, hoping to scale back the Patriot Act. So we have to keep Dick Durbin and Mark Kirk and go online, find your local congressional representative, and get the message out to them. Because they're the ones in Washington who are making laws. Hello everybody, thank everybody for coming out. My name's Patrick Hickson. I'm also a Marine Corps veteran. It was sad whenever I came back to see what was going on here, but right now this fills me with pride to know that there are people that still care and that there are people making a difference here at home. So thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to all of you coming out here and showing great inspiration and energy, fighting for what we believe is right. And along with my 2 fellow Marines here, I bet we can all agree that it takes a lot of energy and motivation to do something this great. And even though times might get hard, just make sure you keep having that energy and that bulldog attitude to keep on fighting for what you feel is right.
My name is Jared, and there is nothing more beautiful, more American, and more patriotic than what is going on right now. Right? Benjamin Franklin, as many of you may know, those that are willing to give up their freedom for temporary every security, but lose both and deserve neither. So glad everyone came out today. We have more to do. You get 2 votes in this country. You get 1 vote with Congress and you get 1 vote with your dollar. You should know both of your senators and your representative. Hopefully everyone does. Yeah. You gotta talk to those, you gotta send them emails, you gotta call them. They are your representatives. We don't get a direct democracy, we get a representative democracy. You have to know them. And the second thing we can do is vote with our dollars. When you pay for services, when you pay for companies, you gotta make sure they protect your privacy. You gotta make sure that they are not recording everything you're doing. Of course they can't violate the law, but they cannot keep logs. They don't have to record everything you do to be mined, and you can pay for that. You can be an informed consumer and an informed voter, and both of them are required once we leave this place.
What's up, everybody? My buddy Paulie did a whole lot to organize this, probably maybe more than anybody else, and he made a permanent sign a long time ago that he wants to show all of
To watch you is to have power over you. And the reason this is true is that it contains an implicit assumption that you have to justify and be accountable for what you do to the person watching you. And when you're watched all of the time, in everything you do, it means that you're being held accountable and having to justify everything you do. Now, there is room for a relationship like that in a representative democracy, but it goes the other direction. Representatives should be accountable to us and should be watched in every aspect of us. It flips democracy upside down, turns over freedom on its head. That's the general danger. The specific danger is that we know if there's any lesson that can be learned from history and even from current events, it is that people put in positions of authority consistently and with regularity will abuse the powers they're handed.
That's right.
And when we hand people power in our government, we're expecting them to be public servants. This gives them the power to become public masters instead. We the people are the rulers of this nation. We're not the ruled. We accept that to serve us, and they should be accountable to us. All right. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Thank you. Thank you for sacrificing your time on this wonderful holiday to come out and to try to make some kind of little difference. You are all making a difference, no matter how small. Now, I am up here because through interacting with people, through talking with people, I have learned something today. I have learned something and I feel like I have to share it with all of you. I have learned that the internet allows us to interact freely with each other through anonymity. Anonymity is a right. There are things you can do now. Don't wait for the government to change it. Go online, join the Tor network. Join things like proxies, things to mask your identity, lock tracking cookies on your computer. Do something when you get home today. They are tracking you right now. Stop it.
Firefox.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I recently became a U.S. citizen. Before that, I was a citizen of the world. And when I took my oath and my test, I was told specifically that the government did not have the right to make secret unilateral decisions without my approval.
NSA. He didn't work for the CIA. He didn't even work for the American government. He worked for a private company that has the ability given to them by the American government to spy on all of us. So not only can our government see this, but companies that are not accountable, not being held accountable, have access to all of our private information. And that's something that deserves to be fought against. And that's why we have to ensure that the Fourth Amendment stays as strong as it once was. Woo! Woo!
Hi guys, happy 4th of July. My accent again, tell I'm not American, sorry about that. I grew up I'm 46 years old. I grew up all my life in Czech Republic. You may know Prague, don't confuse Czech Republic, Chechnya, please, okay? I made that mistake before. I just want to tell you one thing. What I see is happening in the States in the last several years reminds me of my youth, when I grew up under communism, when everything was controlled, and all the data will escape on our people. Stop America becoming communist country. I grew up under communism, trust me, most of my 20s. And it's not a nice thing. So do something and go back to the real America we used to look up to a lot in Europe.
My buddy Joe's got some water if anybody needs it. Please come get it if you're thirsty. Water. Water.
We're all here for one reason mostly, but for many others, but mostly for the relentless, blatant violation of our Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment is very clear. There's really no gray area in it. It says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the places or things to be seized. There's really no gray area there. It's very clear. And President Obama recently stated that he thinks we've struck the right balance. I would like to say bullshit. Our rights could not be more violated by the recent revelations. And I'd also like to say that I hear a lot of, when's it going to end? How far are they going to push it? How far is this going to go? I want to say that this will go as far as we allow it. They will push this thing as far as they can until we put our feet down and say, no more, we're done, stop it, and we do something about it. Privacy is a fundamental, important human right, and we must defend it at all costs. All right.
South Bend and Michigan and wherever you guys came from, it's awesome to see all of you here. I came from India 8 years ago, another country that prides itself on being a democracy, and what we find over the last few years is that these democracies are sort of becoming farcical. The government is losing trust in its people, and the people are rightly losing confidence in their government, and we need to change that, right? So I'm one of the people who sort of got together with this fine crowd to organize this rally. So really thanks from the bottom of my heart. A lot of times we feel, especially with security issues, that we're sort of beating our head against a brick wall and that change isn't going to happen and the government's going to do what it's going to do. And I hope that that's not the case. We were able to make change happen with other places, and we can make change happen here. We just need to keep the conversation going. And a part of that conversation is signing up for the mailing list so that we can keep on talking about this. Our plan is to meet a couple of times a month, to have dedicated people who will reach out to congressmen, who will write blogs, who will write to newspapers, all of that. So the rally is not the end, it's the beginning of the process. So whoever hasn't signed up, please do. And if you don't want to sign up, you just want to shoot us an anonymous email, you can do that at rt4.chicago@gmail.com. And to remember that there's a great symbolism to sort of celebrate this and do this on July 4th, but that this is isn't just about America and American rights. Rights everywhere are being violated for things and threats that we are being told we need to be afraid of. But you know, it seems as if most of our threats are coming from our own government, so we need to be aware of that. So sign up. Let's keep the conversation going.
Exaggerate on what she said. This is but a small battle and a very long war. This is the first. Let's keep it together. Let's stay strong. Let's keep each other informed. Let's get together again and let's make sure change happens. Not change we can believe in. Let's make sure that change happens.
Thank you very much.
All right, it doesn't matter what my name is because I choose to keep that private. Our emails and everything else. I gotta say that I'm proud of my countrymen here that are protesting of every race, color, and creed. And there's no better place than to protest in Chicago, the most watched city in the United States. I gotta say that we gotta spread the word more, and we gotta dispel stereotypes. We're not just a bunch of college kids, a bunch of hippies, a bunch of stoners, potheads, Marxists, socialists, or anything like that. We're ordinary Americans who are fighting for our right. Why is it we have to protest when they're the ones who sworn to protect the Constitution? We should definitely protest more, gather more, and increase our numbers to bring this down. Thank you.
Alright, I'd like to start off by saying my name is Kyle. I ain't going to be anonymous here. I'd like to thank Waldo for showing up. You found Waldo. Maybe the NSA found you as well. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I just found out that my Fourth Amendment right was being violated last night. I was on Facebook at 2 in the morning wondering what I'm going to do today. I found out what I'm going to do today and I'm glad to be here to protest.
Anybody else want to speak? We have a little song we want to sing. Hi, I'm the Deputy Registrar of the Chicago Board of Elections. If any of you aren't registered to vote yet, I brought plenty of forms to register all of you to vote. The next election is on March 18th, 2014. That's going to be a primary, and that'll decide who runs for governor's office in the state of Illinois the following November.
I just got back from Cuba, and pretty sure the NSA knows I was there. Anyway, there's a real general sense of hopelessness there. I can notice people feel really like they can't change their situations, and I think it really made me appreciate being an American and living in a country where we can build our own futures and make our own changes. And just like everybody being here, we're making a stand to change our own futures here. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out because I think this is awesome. Democracy is really great. So.
This is the voice of the people. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is North Face Stacks. I just want to thank everybody for coming out, helping the cause. And I want to say down with the NSA, you know, free Snowden, bring back our amendments to the right point, and the situation that we in, we can face the future a great way.
Yes,
Hi, I have one more thing to say. We've heard that we need to contact our representatives, and that's very much true. But we also need to contact the newspapers and news sources and write letters to the editor. And most of all, we need to speak with people we know, help them understand what's wrong.
friends and family.
My son goes to Northwestern, and you'd think those kids would be smart. But he started reading a few days ago about PRISM and about what was going on, and he was shocked. And he started telling all his friends, and none of his smarty pants friends had ever heard about this. So we need to tell all the people we know. Maybe you get a pass if it's somebody who has control over your job. But basically everybody else you know, everybody in your family, everybody at church, everybody in your baseball league or whatever, needs to hear about this. They need to be informed, and once they're informed, they have what they need to act in the way they think is right. Thanks.
excellent to see everybody. We had a great turnout. I counted nearly 200 people walking by. This is on less than 2 weeks' notice. This thing was just thrown together and you all showed up. I'm glad of it. If you want to continue to be involved, please come up and find one of us with an email sign-up sheet and get yourself on the list. We're going to continue doing things from now on. And I want to close us out with a reminder that for 200 years, we've been able to look up and say that banner still waves. Let's keep it waving over the land of the free.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night the banners we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You're free to go. You're free, people. Get the hell out of here. Go celebrate with your family. Go.